John had always been a hard worker. He believed in earning his success. His construction business was thriving. He had a beautiful wife, Mary, and two wonderful children, Lily and Ethan. Life felt complete. They lived in a spacious house with a big yard. John loved family dinners and bedtime stories. He felt truly blessed. John took pride in providing for his family. He worked tirelessly to build a secure future. His company was known for its quality and integrity. Clients trusted John, and his business flourished. Weekends were for family trips and picnics in the park. John cherished these moments, capturing them in countless photographs. He wanted to hold on to these memories forever. John believed in giving back to the community. He volunteered at the local church and donated to charities. He taught his children the importance of kindness and compassion. Life was good, and John believed it would stay that way. He had worked hard for his happiness, and he was determined to keep it. John had faced challenges before, but nothing could have prepared him for what was to come. At first, John remained optimistic. He told Mary that things would turn around. He poured all his savings into the business, hoping to keep it afloat. But the contracts dwindled, and soon his reserves ran dry. He had to let go of his employees, many of whom were close friends. John felt like he was failing them, failing his family. The bank foreclosed on their home. John had to tell Lily and Ethan that they were moving. He saw the fear in their eyes, and it broke his heart. They moved into a small apartment, a stark contrast to their spacious house. John tried to remain strong for his family, but the weight of his failures pressed down on him. The stress took a toll on his marriage. John and Mary started arguing more frequently. The joy had drained from their relationship, replaced by resentment and blame. John felt lost and alone. He blamed himself for their misfortune. One evening, Mary packed a suitcase. She said she couldn't take it anymore. She was leaving him. John pleaded with her to stay, but her mind was made up. She took the children and drove away, leaving John standing in the middle of their empty apartment. He fell to his knees, utterly broken. John spiraled into a deep depression. He lost his business, his home, his family, everything he had worked so hard for. He started drinking heavily, seeking solace at the bottom of a bottle. He couldn't hold down a job, his spirit crushed under the weight of his despair. He ended up living on the streets. The man who once took pride in providing for his family now relied on the kindness of strangers for a meal. The shame was unbearable. He slept on park benches and under bridges, his life a far cry from the one he once knew. One cold evening, John found himself in line at a local soup kitchen. He had hit rock bottom. As he shuffled forward, his eyes downcast, he felt a hand on his shoulder. He looked up to see a woman with kind eyes and a warm smile. Her name was Emily, and she was a volunteer at the soup kitchen. Emily didn't judge John for his appearance or his circumstances. She treated him with respect and dignity, offering him a warm meal and a listening ear. John, starved for human connection, poured his heart out to her. He told her about his past success, his downfall, his shame. Emily listened patiently, her gaze never wavering. When John finished, she simply said, "Everyone needs help sometimes, John. It doesn't make you any less of a man." Her words were like a lifeline to John, pulling him back from the abyss of despair. For the first time in months, he felt a glimmer of hope. Emily offered John a chance to volunteer at the soup kitchen. At first, he hesitated. He felt unworthy, ashamed of his situation, but Emily insisted, telling him that everyone has something to offer. So John started small, helping to serve food and clean up. He found solace in the act of giving back, of helping others who were struggling like him. As he spent more time at the soup kitchen, John realized that his own pain had blinded him to the suffering of others. He met people from all walks of life who had fallen on hard times. He listened to their stories, offered words of encouragement, and discovered a sense of purpose he had thought was lost forever. Volunteering gave John a reason to get up in the morning. It provided him with structure and routine, something he desperately needed. He started taking better care of himself, shaving regularly and finding clean clothes. He even found a part-time job at a local grocery store. John's confidence slowly returned. He found a small apartment, a far cry from his former life, but a roof over his head nonetheless. He started attending AA meetings, determined to overcome his addiction. He knew he had a long road ahead of him, but for the first time in a long time, he felt like he was heading in the right direction. One afternoon at the soup kitchen, John met a woman named Rachel. She was a social worker who volunteered on her days off. They connected instantly, sharing a passion for helping others. Rachel was drawn to John's kind heart and his dedication to turning his life around. Their friendship blossomed into something deeper. Rachel saw past John's past, recognizing the good man he was striving to be. They started dating, and John found himself falling in love again. Rachel's love for John was unconditional. She inspired him to be the best version of himself. John shared his dream of starting a non-profit organization to provide affordable housing for low-income families. He had seen firsthand the devastating impact of homelessness and wanted to make a difference. Rachel, with her background in social work, was immediately on board. Together, John and Rachel poured their hearts and souls into their shared vision. They spent countless evenings drafting proposals, organizing fundraisers, and rallying support from the community. Their passion was contagious, and soon others were inspired to join their cause. Their hard work paid off. They secured funding and found a suitable location for their first affordable housing project. John, with his construction background, oversaw the renovation of the building, ensuring that each apartment was safe, comfortable, and filled with hope. Word of John's transformation spread throughout the community. People who once knew him as a successful businessman were now inspired by his resilience and his commitment to helping others. He became a beacon of hope, proving that even in the darkest of times, redemption is possible. One day, while John was working on the affordable housing project, he received a call from his daughter, Lily. They hadn't spoken in years. She told him that she was proud of him, that she had heard about everything he was doing. John's heart swelled with emotion. He had longed for this moment, for the chance to reconnect with his children. Lily and Ethan visited John at the housing project. They were amazed by what he had accomplished. They saw a different side of their father, a man who had faced his demons and emerged stronger, more compassionate, and more determined to make a difference in the world. John apologized to his children for the mistakes he had made. He told them that he loved them more than anything in the world, and that he was proud of the people they had become. Lily and Ethan embraced their father, tears of forgiveness and understanding streaming down their faces. John's life had come full circle. He had experienced both incredible highs and devastating lows. He had lost everything and found himself again, this time with a renewed sense of purpose and an unwavering commitment to helping others. In the end, John realized that true happiness wasn't about material possessions or social status. It was about love, compassion, and the satisfaction that comes from making a difference in the lives of others. And that was a wealth that no recession could ever take away.